Hi, it's attorney Ryan McKeen, and today I'm here with medical malpractice attorney Jake Kocienda. Hi, Jake.
Hi, Ryan.
And Jake, one of the things that we get asked a lot is, what is the hardest element to prove in a medical malpractice case? And you're a lawyer who's got significant medical malpractice experience. You've seen it for over 20 years from both the plaintiffs and defense side. What do you think that the most difficult element to prove in a medical malpractice case is?
I think the most difficult element to prove is what we call the standard of care, which essentially is what should have been done within the medical care that was provided and whether it was done appropriately under the circumstances. By and large, that's the hardest. It requires a lot of understanding of the medicine, of medical terms, of medical treatment, of science, and putting all that together. So that can be the hardest to prove. It could be also the most challenging when we get a case and we begin to analyze it, and also the most challenging to prove to a jury.
And is it the kind of thing that somebody can learn the standard of care in their case by, going online to YouTube or Google or Chat GPT?
Unfortunately, no. Essentially, the standard of care is the duty of a medical provider. We can drive a car and everyone pretty much understands those duties and what to do under those circumstances. But with medicine, it's much different. The average person does not have the multiple years of training, education, and experience in the medical community to understand these things on their own. And quite frankly, Dr. Google and researching these things on your own really are not adequate. It takes a lot of time and experience, and so that's part of the reason why it's so difficult to establish and prove these things in court, and also to learn them when we're evaluating a case. It does take experience and a keen eye and knowing what to look for and spotting it through the morass of medical information and detail that ends up being contained in a lot of these medical records and treatment.
Yeah, I think, from years of working on these kinds of cases, it would be a lot easier for us if Google knew the standard of care. But it's so specific to individual cases. It can even be specific to locations. So what might be the standard of care in Alaska could be the different standard of care in Connecticut.
The odd thing about that, Ryan, is that the standard of care in Connecticut is a national standard. And so what you'll find is the care that's provided in one state should really be the same medical care that's applicable in any state. The laws may be a little different, but the medical standards of care really should not be changing from state to state unless there's very specific reasons why a state may have laws or other issues in place. But for the most part, it's a national standard.
See, it's very complicated. It's very nuanced, and it requires a lot of work, and sometimes consulting with very specific and narrow experts in a given field. So, if you're really wondering what the standard of care is in a case that you think you may have, you can give us a call, give Attorney Kocienda a call, 860-471-8333.